Be ready. 15 seconds. As our chairman reminded you, our neighbors now are all the countries of the world, so that we cannot relate our foreign policy just to a few countries around us, but have to think of practically every country in the world and take into consideration all the possible areas of conflict, trade, economic interest, etc. It has been recognized now that if there is a conflict on a big scale anywhere in the world, it is apt to spread all over the world. That is, war has become indivisible and therefore peace is indivisible. Therefore, our foreign policy cannot limit itself to the nearby countries. Nevertheless, the nearby countries always have a special interest in one another, and India must inevitably think in terms of her relations with the countries bordering her by land and sea. What are these countries? If you start from the left, Pakistan, I would also include Afghanistan, although it does not touch India's borders. Tibet and China, Nepal, Burma, Indonesia, and Ceylon. In regard to Pakistan, position has been a very peculiar one owing to the way Pakistan was formed, and India was upset that you all know, but something much deeper, and that is a complete emotional upset of all the people in India and Pakistan because of this. It is a very difficult thing to deal with, a psychological thing which cannot be dealt with superficially. A year and a half or more has passed, and there is no doubt at all that our relations have improved and are improving. There is also no doubt at all in my mind that it is inevitable for India and Pakistan to have close relations sometime or other in the future. I cannot state when this will take place, but situated as we are with all our past, we cannot really be just indifferent neighbors. We can be either hostile to each other or very friendly with each other. Ultimately, we can only be really very friendly. Whatever period of hostility may intervene in between, because our interests are so closely interlinked. As far as the other countries are concerned, our relations with them are quite friendly. Take, for instance, Afghanistan, and our relations with Afghanistan are exceedingly friendly. and our relations with Tibet, Nepal, and all the neighboring countries are also very friendly. If our neighboring countries have, in a sense, the first place in our minds, then the second place goes to the other countries of Asia, with whom we are also fairly intimately connected. Now, India is very curiously placed in Asia, and her history has been governed a great deal by the geographical factor plus other factors. Whichever problem in Asia you may take up somehow or other, India comes into the picture. Whether you think in terms of China or the Middle East or Southeast Asia, India immediately comes into the picture. It is so situated that because of past history, traditions, etc., in regard to any major problem of a country or group of countries of Asia, India has to be considered. Whether it is a problem of defense or trade or industry or economic policy, India cannot be ignored. She cannot be ignored because, as I said, her geographical position is a compelling reason. She cannot be ignored also because of her actual or potential power and resources. Therefore, whatever our own views may be by virtue of her practical position and other reasons, India is bound to play an important part in Asia, whether it is Western Asia or the far east of Southeast Asia. It so happens, of course, that even culturally speaking, our bonds are very great with all these parts of Asia, whether it is Western Asia or the far east of Southeast Asia, and these bonds are very old and very persistent. A very curious thing happened when, roughly speaking, British power came to India and British dominion was established here. This was the reason why we were cut off from our neighboring countries of Asia. Our contacts were then with England across the seas, and while to some extent we struggled against that domination and resented those contacts, nevertheless they were there, and we saw the world more and more through that window, the British window. Very few people went to the other Asian countries from India, and very few came here from there. And even those few people from Asia we met in Europe and not in Asia. Now, in recent years, that process has been reversed or is being reversed for a variety of reasons. Initially, I suppose the one major factor was air travel. Air travel brought us immediately into close contact with our neighbors, because if we went to Europe, we passed through Baghdad and Tehran and other places. Air travel not the only factor. There are also political reasons that are now bringing about these changes for future development.